I have a question for you. Would you consider this to be funny?
बहुत पीछे रखा है हमें तो दुय्यम दर्जे का स्थान दिया जाता। बहन ऐसा क्यों कहती है आप बस में जा रही हैं, बस में सामने की 2 सीटें लिखा होता केवल महिलाओं के लिए। अब और कितना आगे बढ़ेगी आप? क्या ड्राइवर की सीट में बैठ जाएगी?
Did you find this to be offensive?
Aditi Mittal is here. Aditi Mittal, an actress. Aditi Mittal is the only actress where if you Google Aditi Mittal hot pics, Google is like, "Bhai, tu aaj bina hilaye so ja, please, please."
Have you noticed the significant changes that stand-up comedy has gone through over the years? Based on whether or not you found the first clip offensive, you can draw an imaginary line around the context of things that you think are too offensive to joke about. If you're a rational person, you would consider factors like the intent of the person delivering the joke, the effect of the joke on the entity it's about, as well as factors such as environmental setups. Where and when was the joke delivered? The main difference between the two clips can be oversimplified and attributed to the generational gap, like maybe millennials just have a different sense of humor. But let's dive in a little deeper by asking more questions. Would this Sunil Pal clip be acceptable today if he made this joke in 2020? Was this joke misogynistic in nature? How did this joke not get into controversy back in 2005? What we're doing here right now is asking questions that make us think and talk about these things. Because this is highly debatable as opposed to binary yes or no answers. In the Sunil Pal clip, we can see how the joke can be considered extremely misogynistic. But there was no controversy back in 2005. That's because these kinds of jokes were normalized in the kind of humor that people shared. Today, however, that joke could either be controversial or simply not funny. Now, in the second clip, that joke can also be considered extremely insensitive, especially with the context of everything that's happening in the world today. At the same time, it's also bringing up something controversial and making an attempt to normalize talking about things that make us uncomfortable.
Ashu, have you had sex? And I was like, Chee. How you say?
So how did stand-up in India transcend into a new horizon and become a legitimate career option? It all started on YouTube, where AIB, also known as All India Bakchod, one of the most well-known comedy collectives, suddenly gained popularity and arguably turned the tables in the industry. Other comedic organizations like EIC and TVF also started gaining popularity around the same time. These videos would make you think about Indian society from a different perspective, while integrating satire and over-the-edge jokes, things you'd never expect from a stand-up or a media house in the early 2000s. It was somehow liberating for a huge part of the audience, while also being more relatable for the current generation. By 2014, stand-up started gaining fame and successfully became a trend. Quite a lot of comedians left their jobs to start stand-up comedy, in the process inspiring others to do the same. Naveen Richards, lawyer turned comedian in the initial days, is one example. Another one is Rahul Subramaniam, who pursued his MBA, then made fun about it in his stand-ups.
He knows what I'm talking about. I did the most obvious thing. I did my MBA and
gaining social media popularity over Facebook and Twitter. From YouTube to open mics, improv sessions, stand-up comedy sessions in pubs, it was way more than just Bollywood movies. This was an entire business now, and a legitimate career option. Their popularity manifested itself in their millions of YouTube followers. In the sketch world, the same was true for TVF and AIB. Their dialogues captured a certain truth about Indian life that even journalism did not capture. The major event that changed a lot of this was the AIB roast. This was a massive event where Bollywood stars Ranveer Singh and Arjun Kapoor were roasted by Karan Johar, hosting with many other Bollywood celebrities involved either as panelists or as part of the audience. Once the roast was available for the audience to see, things took a turn for the worse for AIB. AIB had to pay heavily for hosting this event, with not only FIRs being filed against them under multiple sections, but there were also protests taking place outside AIB offices, and even death threats were issued. This also started a huge debate about freedom of speech, artistic freedom, drawing a line on offensive jokes and initiating a conversation about multiple sensitive topics like homophobia. A part of the population did not approve of the offensive nature of the jokes and felt that it was extremely inconsiderate to openly enjoy and promote vulgarity, racism, and sexism.
I felt it was a very violent event. There was a lot of violence in that event.
Whereas others were amused at how for the first time something like this had happened while simply loving the nature of this blunt insult comedy genre. The whole country was heavily debating these topics on social media and news channels. And this was the first time that a comedy collective had this big of an impact on social morality and raising conflicting opinions in the country. Another controversy that surfaced itself was Tanmay Bhatt's Snapchat controversy.
I wanted to talk about this story I read today about Vinod. He said that Virat Kohli is 10 times better than me. You know, Sachin, I also personally think that Virat is a better batsman.
The AIB co-founder released a Snapchat video where he was mocking Lata Mangeshkar and Sachin Tendulkar. This was the second time Tanmay had to face death threats, vast hatred, and multiple PILs. Yet again, social media and news channels exploded with debates on freedom of speech and artistic freedom. This time, additional topics of discussion were also raised, like idealization. Was this in good humor? Was it insulting? Why are comedians not allowed to make fun of certain people?
मैं लिस्ट मतलब आई जस्ट रेफर टू माई नोट्स बिकॉज आई डोंट वांट कि मैं कुछ भी बक दूं. मैं अभी प्रधानमंत्री नहीं हुआ हूं.
Such controversies inevitably lead to a division of opinions. How do we decide where the line is to be drawn? What's funny? What's outrageous? This brings us to our morals and upbringing. It is different for each individual, and they are also highly influenced by our peer groups. We can constantly question and debate on where to draw the line, but regardless of that, this is something we just cannot deny.
And that is one thing that our parents have always taught us, right? Respect your elders, respect your elders. But they never explained why.
Comedic content, be it stand-up or just films on YouTube, has continuously questioned our morals and pushed our boundaries. Comedians, through their acts, have inculcated a sense of realization and responsibility in us.
Why they have their own compartment? क्योंकि पीछे से तू चिपकता है चूतिए.
We can agree or disagree with the comedian. We can debate on what's offensive and what's not. What we cannot deny is that they have helped us define these boundaries. They've made us question quite a few things, such as our government.
मेरे घर के बाहर घू है, कब हटेगा? सियाचिन में हमारे जवान.
The society's outlook.
The British left India because of rape threats.
Our own lifestyle.
अगर चलते चलते गलती से गणेश भगवान की फोटो पे पैर लग जाए तो आप करते हैं डांस स्टेप.
Sometimes even the purpose of our existence, all the while adding humor to their piece of art. These comedians have enabled and empowered us to think and analyze issues which aren't usually spoken about on a day-to-day basis. Depression, anxiety, suicidal tendencies, death, being genetically different, and the list goes on.
But every single minute of every single day about every little thing, that's anxiety.
This is the uncomfortable truth. No matter how much our parents' generation tried to avoid it, we have to face the uncomfortable truth to manage our societies and nurture the next generation. We have a short video for you to watch.
I am a Sikh, and so sick that I was admitted to Guru Nanak Hospital.
Stand-up comedy has normalized talking about death and chronic illness.
This is the first time I am doing this type of show. Who knows? Maybe the last time.
And empowered the people who have these diseases to step up and do something like that.
जब मेरा दोनों किडनी फेल हो गया तो वाइफ ने मुझे अपना किडनी मुझे डोनेट किया. 35 साल के बाद पहली बार वाइफ ने मुझे कुछ गिफ्ट दिया.
Can you imagine the same thing happening in the early 2000s? I bet you can't.